Welcome back to the Whisky Couch, Pretoria, South Africa. My name is GUSTAV MULLER and this is Whisky Tasting and Food Pairing Review number 137. And it is also the first one in this brand new mini-series that I'm starting today. A mini-series covering 4 21-year-old single malts. A series fit for a king. So the first one that I'm doing today, Bunnahabhain 21. And I've got lined up Glenfarclas 21, Balvenie 21-year-old Portwood, and also Old Pulteney 21-year-old. But today we start with the Bunnahabhain 21-year-old from the Bunnahabhain Distillery, founded in 1881 and situated on the very well-known Islay Island just off the southwest coast of Scotland, right here, lowlands, highlands of Scotland, and the Islay Island just to the south of the island of Jura. And when you actually stand at the Bunnahabhain Distillery, you can see the Jura Island across the canal, the ocean canal, and I've got a picture here to show you what it looks like. This is a distillery close to my heart. We had a wonderful time when we visited there. And there's another view. And this is the Islay Island. And you can see Bunnahabhain is situated right there. And looking across, you can actually see the island of Jura. Wonderful, wonderful place, worth a visit. And I would love to go visit there again. It is owned by Distell International, who also owns the Sedgwick Distillery in the Cape in South Africa, who produces the Baines single grain whiskey. And very interesting, the Bunnahabhain Distillery in the last 12 years, the number of expressions that they released increased from a mere 12-year-old expression to almost 20 different expressions, counting all of the limited releases, of course. So they making good progress and lots of releases coming from Bunnahabhain. This particular 21-year-old is bottled by Hunter Laing Co. And this is the bottle, Old Malt Cask, Bunnahabhain 21-year-old. This is the gift box, the very well-known Old Malt Cask gift box. And it says here on the gift box, single malt Scotch whisky from one cask, non-chill filtration, no colouring, no nonsense. I like that very much. Single malt Scotch whisky distilled at Bunnahabhain Distillery, distilled 1991, bottled 2013. This is one of 255 bottles charged from a refill hogshead, a sherry refill hogshead. Single-minded, single quality, 750 ml bottle and 50% alcohol by volume. Very, very excited about this. One of my favorite distilleries. Bunnahabhain 21-year-old. Look at that beautiful color. A dark chestnut, I would say. A dark chestnut color. There we go. You can have a nice look there. And I don't know if the legs are already forming on the glass. It seems like it's taking a while to get going. Dark chestnut color. On the nose, 21-year-old Bunnahabhain. Oh. Sweet, overripe grapes. As I nose this, I can just picture the grapes hanging there. Dark black And there's a bit of chocolate and fruitcake. Dark chocolate and fruitcake. Sweet sherry. A bit of vanilla in the background. Toffee and liquorice. And then the lightest hint of lovely sweet peat smoke. I'm not picking up any alcohol burn, even though it's 50% ABV. And now I'm getting a little bit of purple grape candy. Oh, this is a wonderful nose. Bunnahabhain 21-year-old. Oh man, sweet, creamy, velvety, dark sherry and dark fruits, dates, dark chocolate, nutty with marzipan. I am definitely getting aware of the alcohol 50% on the palate. You can feel the alcohol there. More dark sherry, more dark chocolate. And then also something like an earthiness and a woodiness after 21 years in a hogshead. Let's see what a few drops of water, 50%, so half a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon of water. It's got a long finish. As I'm sitting here, I'm still having that sherry in my mouth. I'm still feeling on the palate that warm chocolate, slightly dry with just a hint of peat smoke, just the slightest hint of peat smoke. You can see the effect there of the water. A lovely warm finish. More of that dark purple, green, purple grape candy. Interesting that I'm getting the picture, the color purple in my mind. Lightly peated, dark sherry. What I really appreciate about this whiskey is that the sherry is not at all overpowering. There is a lovely balance between the dark chocolate and the sherry, the sweet notes and the oakiness. Very well balanced, well integrated. After the water, smooth, very lightly peated sherry with dark chocolate. This is really good. As I'm sitting here, I'm just realizing that you can spend a very long time with this whiskey. This is not something to be rushed at all. Bunnahabhain 21-year-old. I think my summary would be top shelf, lightly peated sherry delight. That would be my summary for this whiskey. Pure Bunnahabhain delight. My summary for this whiskey. I got this bottle here in South Africa for a 2,000 Rand, which I think is a really good price. I do realize that it's a limited edition, of course, only 255 bottles. And I would love to compare this with something like the Bunnahabhain 25-year-old. But 2,000 Rand translates to about, let's think, about 130 pounds or perhaps $160. That is the cost right here. If you want to pair this top shelf Bunnahabhain delight with a food snack, then I would recommend that you connect with the chocolate, the dark, rich sherry flavors, that slight nuttiness that translates to a chocolate covered marzipan. So chocolate covered marzipan, that would be a good pairing for this whiskey. A sherry drizzled Christmas pudding would be a good pairing. But for today, I have chosen to go to the wild side with a lovely ostrich fillet, beautifully pan fried to a medium frying, and dusted with dark chocolate. In fact, I've got it right here, dusted with Lint Intense with a touch of sea salt. So I just sort of grated some shavings of chocolate over this ostrich fillet, and I cannot wait to experience this chocolate covered venison fillet. Oh, just wonderful. Even the flavors of this meat with the chocolate shavings combined with the nose of this whiskey. Man, how wonderful will it be if I invite some friends and I do some ostrich fillets with chocolate shavings and Bunnahabhain 21. It is just fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me on this very special adventure. And I hope to see you soon when I'm going to do the next one in this mini series on 21-year-old single malt whiskies. Sláinte.